If I told you that you could own a real McLaren supercar for the price of a brand new BMW M3, you'd probably think I was joking. But the McLaren 12C, the very first car from the reborn McLaren Automotive, now starts at around £60,000. And that raises one huge question. Why is it so cheap? And is buying one a dream come true, or a financial disaster waiting to happen? Let's jump in. Welcome to my channel, where jets, engines, and iconic machines come alive. From the skies to the streets, if it moves fast, we cover it. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more. When the MP4 12C launched in 2011, it wasn't just another supercar. It marked the beginning of McLaren Automotive, a clean sheet design built around a carbon monocell chassis and powered by a twin-turbo V8 producing up to 616 horsepower. On paper, it beat the Ferrari 458 in almost every measurable way. And yet, people were underwhelmed. Because instead of the emotional aura of the McLaren F1, the 12C felt cold, technical, almost too perfect. But what nobody knew back then is that the 12C would become one of the biggest performance bargains of the decade. Top Gear described the 12C as otherworldly fast, and they weren't exaggerating. The grip is shocking, the kind that forces your brain to recalibrate what a rear-wheel drive car should be capable of. Even today, when you finally give it room to breathe, the 12C delivers speed that feels impossible. And yet, it's one of the easiest supercars to daily. The steering is light and sharp, the suspension is smooth, the visibility is incredible. Top Gear even joked that an oaf could parallel park it with confidence. But let's get into the truth, because if you're thinking of buying a used McLaren 12C, there are several issues you absolutely need to understand. These aren't rumors. These come directly from McLaren specialists and Top Gear's own guide. First, the gearbox oil seal failure. There is a known issue with the 12C's transmission oil seal, and when it leaks, the gearbox is a sealed unit. Meaning, you don't fix the leak, you replace the entire gearbox. Without a warranty, that bill can hurt. Second, the battery. If the car sits, it must stay connected to its original trickle charger. A weak battery can trigger warnings and electrical issues, and jump-starting is strongly discouraged. Third, the Iris infotainment system. Top Gear called it pretty rubbish, and that's being polite. Bluetooth issues, sluggish menus, outdated navigation. If modern tech matters to you, Iris will test your patience. Fourth, the brakes. Most owners skipped the ceramic brakes, and that's actually a blessing. Steel brakes are cheaper to replace and perfectly fine for normal use. Fifth, the servicing. One specialist quoted routine servicing at around £1,500, and more complex work climbs from there. Not because the engine is unreliable, but because the whole car is built with tight, Formula One style packaging. So, is the McLaren 12C unreliable? Let's break down the myths. Myth 1. McLarens are fragile. Reality. Early cars had issues, but reliability has improved. Most failures come from neglect, not design flaws. Myth 2. The electronics always fail. Reality. Iris is terrible, yes. But the driving systems, the suspension, the chassis, the engine are surprisingly robust. Myth 3. If it's £60,000, it must be junk. Reality. The 12C's price drop has more to do with McLaren overproducing cars, which softened resale values, especially compared to Ferrari's tight supply. The 12C isn't cheap because it's bad. It's cheap because the market undervalued it. So, should you buy a used McLaren 12C? If you want emotion, theater, and an engine that sings, the Ferrari 458 gives you all of that. But if you want insane speed, cutting-edge engineering, everyday usability, and a genuine piece of McLaren history for a fraction of its original cost, then yes, a well-maintained 12C can be one of the best supercar purchases you will ever make. Just make sure you buy the right one. Check the gearbox seals, the battery health, the service history, and always get a specialist inspection. Do that, and the McLaren 12C won't just be a good buy. It'll be one of the most rewarding, underrated supercars ever built. Would you take the risk? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and join me as we explore more legendary machines from the skies to the streets. Thanks for watching.